Welcome back to the shop, everybody. It is great to have y'all here. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name's Andy Rawls, and I build custom furniture in the shop. But since January, I have been restoring a 1976 Argosy Airstream, and we're on video 13 today. And it's a bit of a different video. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of work. It's more of an update. We get to take it on its first maiden voyage, its first drive, since I totally dismantled it and put it back together. So I'm a bit nervous about that. And one thing I got to do before I do that is get it insured. And I'm very excited to tell you about Policy Genius, a marketplace for insurance, which I have found some pretty amazing savings on. So I'm going to tell you more about that in a little bit. Now, also, I got to tell you, we've been getting some very, very heavy storms here in Texas, and it's been a great opportunity to check on the trailer to see if it leaks. And it still leaks. So I've got some iPhone footage. I apologize, it's a bit shaky of the just crazy amount of leaks that this trailer still has. So we're going to check that out, and then we're going to work on fixing those leaks. Okay, what's right? It is pouring down rain. We're in a pretty bad storm, obviously, and I don't know what I'm doing in here. It's probably not very safe. Got to check for leaks. Pretty bad leak coming through right there. Must be a hole from a rivet. No leak here. I used to have one, but not anymore. No leak there. Looking good. Oh, we got a leak right there. Oh man, another one. Man, what is the deal? Why are we leaking? Woo, some lightning. Whoa. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Make sure, man, that is creepy when it just stops raining like that and then thunder. Definitely leaking some water up here. Looks like I got a little bit coming through there and through there. It's gonna leak into that channel. Okay, so it obviously still leaks, and I think any Airstream owner can sympathize with me. These things leak, and I mean, I'm going to get it pretty much leak-proof. I'm not putting the interior walls back on until I see no leaks in this thing. But let's get to work. Let's actually start doing something. The front door the seal needs to be replaced on it. The old one's shot, and there's definitely water coming in through there. And then we're going to replace some rivets, because I think those leaks are happening from old rivets. So first thing I did was scrape off all the old seal. I mean, it was just hard and crusty and gross and falling apart. Scrape that off, wire wheeled the frame, got all the old glue and adhesive off. Then we took a 3M adhesive that I got at, I think I got it at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Put that on my actual weather seal, put a bead of that, and then a bead around the door frame. And then basically you stick it. It's a little bit tricky because you kind of have to work with this long piece and wrap it around the door. But basically once they come in contact with each other, pretty quickly it becomes stuck and it sticks on there pretty well. And so at the bottom, I used my chisel, which I know is kind of shameful, but luckily I know how to sharpen it, to miter off the weather seal. And so it's a two-piece. So I've got the long piece that wraps across the top, and then the bottom piece miters into those. So once we had that done, there was probably about a dozen rivets on the roof that were just worn out, and I think that's where a majority of the leaks were happening when you saw in the video previously. So we drilled those out, replaced them, then we came in with a whole bunch of Volcom and Volcomed up rivet holes, seams, any spot I saw water I put Volcom. So we put a ton of Volcom inside of the trailer, and luckily when it rained again, the trailer was pretty much watertight, which is a good thing. I had a really bad leak up here, and it appears to be not leaking after we've changed out rivets. So I feel like I've made progress. The only thing I've got to do now is, once we get dry weather, is get those two rear Vista windows taken care of. And this thing is probably pretty well sealed. I think we've just about got it, which is a really good feeling to know that just about got the water situation taken care of. Forky, get out of the way. This thing's pretty cool, isn't it? I hand carved this. If you want to see the video, links in the description. Also, while we're on that subject, check these out. A couple wooden golf balls. This is the video that's about to drop, so be on the lookout for that one. I think the trailer, that's a total sidebar, I apologize for that. I think the trailer is pretty much watertight. We're going to cross our fingers. Now, before I get going down the road, I got to get it insured in some way. I don't want to crash the thing and totally lose all my work to date. I'm not going to go into detail about how you insure a vintage trailer because there's a lot to that, and this isn't a fully restored trailer. I just need basic coverage on it. So I'm going to put it under my auto insurance, get liability and collision added on to that. So while I'm at it, I'm going to shop my home and auto insurance, and I found the best way to do that is with Policy Genius, who is sponsoring this video. Now, they are a pretty sweet marketplace that allows you to compare rates and basically get a super competitive rate on your home and car insurance. They also offer life insurance as well. So once you find the right policy, the team of experts at Policy Genius will do all the work to transfer you over. They've saved their customers $1,127 per year on comparing auto and home insurance. So that's pretty impressive. So to get started, you just go to policygenius.com. You go through the system. They'll ask you a few questions to get through your insurance needs, and then they'll compare you with top insurance providers to get you the best possible insurance rate and policy. Now, because Policy Genius is an independent broker, they fight for the customer, not the insurer, and that's something I really like about it, and that's probably why you're getting such good rates. So I was able to find a pretty good price on home and auto insurance, and actually saved me money over what I pay now, enough to cover what the RV is going to cost to add to my auto insurance. Okay, so that takes care of that. All you got to do is go to policygenius.com/Andy Rawls to shop the marketplace and get your prices. I promise you're probably going to find some savings, so you should go check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description and see what kind of savings you can get. I want to say thanks to them for sponsoring the video. Now, we've got a few small things to do to tidy up this trailer and get it on the road. Okay, today is a very, very exciting day. We are going to get this bad boy going down the road. I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you, a little anxious about this, but I think we're gonna be all good. So last time I pulled this trailer was, I think, end of January. I picked it up in Dripping Springs, Texas, and drove it to Bernie. And since then, it has sat here. We have restored the entire chassis, put new axles, redid the subfloor inside, and the shell came off, and the shell, we put it back on. So we've done a lot to this trailer, and I just want to run it down the road today and make sure that it's not going to just fall to pieces, which I don't think it will. I think we're going to be okay. A few things we got to do real quick. I've got to my truck doesn't have a brake controller, so I've got to wire that up, and we got to check the lights on it. I think we should be all good. We've already wired up all the trailer lights on the camper, so it should be street legal and safe to tow. But we're going to test all that out, and then we're going to hit the road and give this guy a test drive. Cannot wait. Super excited. It's been a ton of work, and I can't wait to just roll it down the road. Well, it rolls, so that's a start. All right, I know nothing about brake controllers, but I think I got everything. And I got the harness to run to the Tundra, some conduit, flex tubing. We got to run this white to the negative terminal on the truck, so I've got to take that through the firewall. This out. This is the one that comes with. There we go. Put this one in. We are in business. Okay, so like I said, this is probably, I think we're looking at 16 gauge. Yeah, 16 gauge wire. So we'll cut this. This will go to my battery terminal. We'll splice it to some 16 gauge. So we got the link. So I gotta pull wire now. So I got the wire run all the way up, around, back. That's the connection to the truck right there. And then the green wire is going through the firewall into the engine compartment. A little conduit. Good thing my dad showed up, because I would have jerry-rigged this. Okay, so I think we got everything really ready to roll on this. Brake controller is set up. I got any last minute rivets in along the belly pan, a few spots I missed. We aired up the tires. We made sure the suspension was all bolted down nice and tight. And I hooked up the propane line that was hanging down on the front there, so we got a bracket on that. Should be ready to roll. We're going to take it for a run down the road and see how she rides. Okay, so it rolls down the road beautifully. Everything looks good. I'm super happy. It almost feels like it's got a slight downward tilt, like my truck, like it's higher than the level of my truck. Maybe my truck's squatting a little bit. I need some airbags on it. I'm kind of thinking once I load it up with furniture and all the appliances and everything inside, it's gonna squat some more, so not probably at the official height. So pumped, so excited. It's been a lot of work to get to this point, and there's a long ways to go, but knowing that I've gotten maybe halfway there, probably not quite, is a good feeling. I'm excited to actually, I'm kind of excited to get it out of here tomorrow. We're gonna take it to San Antonio. Okay, so we just dropped the trailer off. Really cool place. I'm not gonna show you too much yet. We're gonna come back. He's gonna work, like I said, he's gonna work on the wheel wells and the banner wraps. Simon and his wife Autumn run this place. This is Simon. Simon, say hi.
Hey.
Simon owns this place. Him and his wife Autumn operate this place. They fabricate custom metalwork. Really cool shop. I just went in there. We're gonna bring, this is a little tease because we're gonna come back. I'm leaving the trailer here, obviously. I will come back down here and film some of the work. You gotta stay tuned to the next video and we'll show you what's going on with that. I'm gonna miss this thing. It's kind of sad to leave it here, but it's safe. I trust these guys.